Hi, everybody. This is Ernie1. There are a couple of items in my mind that I just can't seem to shake or overlook. I've touched on these subjects before, on both subjects, as a matter of fact, and they're continually being discussed and remain an important part of our country and our citizens' conversations. Our education system in this land and how millennials got into a love affair with socialism. Our education system is a tragedy from kindergarten through college. Our youngest in kindergarten to middle school are now being subjected to sex education that I'm not speaking of normal sex education here. I am talking about teaching third graders how to masturbate and how to enjoy anal sex. Yeah, a little strong, the words are strong, but this is being presented as normal in many schools across America. Then we have schools allowing transgender education along with presenting cross-dressing pedophiles in our libraries under the guise of information on the LGBT lifestyle way of life. We now have parents using puberty-blocking drugs and are attempting to change genders on 3- and 4-year-old children, depending on what the parents decide that they want. At a minimum, this action should be called child abuse. It's nothing less than that. And of course, Hollywood has the inside track on this sort of deviance, and they are all leaders in all things abnormal. As far as teaching children about these alternative lifestyles, pedophiles are lobbying to legislate pedophilia as a normal activity in our country. As a matter of fact, there is an organization of pedophiles called the North American Man-Boy Love Association, or NAMBLA, as the pedophiles like to call it. As a matter of fact, these animals have a saying. This is one of their little sayings. 8 is too late, meaning, of course, that if you don't get a child or get to a child by the age of 8, it might be too late to turn them into whatever you want to turn them into. Most of these creeps are from San Francisco. That's a big surprise, right? In New York. In this country, we're no longer raising our children. Most parents have given their children over to teachers and professors who are indoctrinating our young to be anti-religion, anti-American, anti-gender, anti-parent. And they're all being raised to search for a safe place to hide and are subject to any individual educator's philosophy and values. Values and morals, I might add, that are far from what most parents would want for their kids or their children. It's a disgusting moment in our country's history, and this is socialism, folks, pure and simple. This is where a lot of it starts. Turn the kids. At this rate, these children and young adults will be turned into sexual slaves with little or no will and with no option or direction except what they learn in our so-called education system, and the moral decay of our nation will continue on a collision course to some sort of self-destruction. Sex education is not only an attack on our kids, our history, they're also revising history. They use racism and a total lack of respect for parents and police and military, any authority figures. That seems to be the new norm. And I think, and this is my opinion, and it's shared with a lot of people that I know, I think we need to, moms and dads need to take back the responsibility for raising their own children. And really, to hell with political correctness and safe places and triggers and all that kind of stuff. Teach your kids at home. Give them the structure they need to meet all the negative babble that they're confronted with each and every day. There are good teachers out there. I guarantee you there are. Find them or homeschool them or get a private or charter school. Do not let these leftist teachers and educators destroy the minds of the next generations. And we need to start now, folks, not tomorrow. We need to start now. There is so much damage being done every day, and we must stop this indoctrination of our young, or our country will basically cease to exist. And now around 40% of millennials, to change the subject, are turning to socialism, or as we call it, communism. That's what we adults call it. It's difficult to understand with all the information available to almost anyone on earth through the internet and other legitimate media outlets. I really don't understand this infatuation with socialism. All you have to do is read a couple of history books or get on Google and Google it, For example, Hitler was a democratic socialist, and he's responsible for the death of over 8 million Jews. Stalin killed more than 50 million of his own people, and Mao from China is credited with the death of over 100 million people, all caused and ruled by a socialist government. A socialist government that does not allow free speech or freedom of speech, the possession of firearms, the rule of law, all the things and kinds of liberties that we enjoy now. How can these high school, college-bound young adults become attracted to socialism? Well, it's pretty much one word: indoctrination. Indoctrination by teachers and professors and so-called mainstream media. All are complicit in this liberty-hating garble of socialism. As has been said many times, socialism is but communism light. America needs to take a good long look at what is being spoon-fed to our young minds. Our high schools and colleges are turning our young people into wandering little robots, repeating and believing everything the educators and academia present. In 1979, the Department of Education was founded. Thank you, Jimmy Carter. At the time, the United States was actually ranked number 1 in the world. And only 40 or 42 years later, and as of this day, the United States is ranked number 24 in the world. And with the Department of Education spending about $60 billion, we certainly are not getting our money's worth, I would say. Anyway, that's a couple of things for you to think about. I've got some other things on my mind. I'll come back with it in a week or so. I want to thank you very much for listening. And if you like my blogs or you like my podcasts, please like and follow if you will. I'd like to get this going a little bit larger. Maybe I can get some advertisers or something. Anyway, in ending, I would like to say, God bless the United States of America, and God bless our President Trump and his family. Thank you all, and I'll see you next time.